If you're a real estate investor and you haven't heard about the DSCR loan, then definitely watch this video. The DSCR loan has been one of the most popular loans right now for investors, and investors are taking advantage of this product to buy multiple investments, do cash out refinances on their current properties in order to buy more properties with the DSCR loan. So let's start off what DSCR even means. It's debt service coverage ratio. So what that basically means, for an easy example, let's say the debt, the mortgage, which is made up of the principal, interest, insurance, and taxes, let's say that that is $1,000. Now let's say that the rent generated from the property is also $1,000. What you'll have to do is divide the $1,000 rent by the $1,000 mortgage amount. Then you'll get a 1 ratio. There's very few lenders that will go under a 1 ratio. The higher the ratio, the better the rate in most cases. For example, let's say that the mortgage payment was $1,000 and instead of the rent being $1,000, the rent is now $1,250. So you divide that $1,250 by the 1,000, then you get a 1.25 ratio. Majority of lenders will give you a better rate based on that ratio. Then there's a few lenders that if you hit a 1.5 or greater, you will get better rates on that as well. Couple great features on this loan, which is why a lot of these investors are using this product, is that they don't require any income documentation or any employment history. So there's no debt to income ratio being calculated. The main qualification is based on the income of the property itself. So for all my self-employed people out there who can't show enough income on your tax returns, you could qualify for this loan without showing any tax returns, no pay stubs, no W-2s, none of that. Now let's talk about the down payments for the DSCR loans. For single families, you can go as low as 15% with some lenders, but typically it's around 20% with majority of lenders. Once you get to the 2 to 4 units, it's typically 20% down. 5 units and up is typically 25%, and the higher the units, sometimes you get into the 30% with some of these lenders. Another feature to the DSCR loan, which not a lot of investors know about, is some lenders offer seller concessions. So some lenders will offer you 3 to 6% seller concessions. Not all lenders will offer this. And what is seller concessions? So seller concessions is basically a credit that the seller gives you to go towards your closing costs. You'll have to increase the purchase price and the seller will give you the agreed upon credit towards your closing costs. Now let's talk about credit score requirements. Majority of lenders will have a minimum eligibility of a 640 credit score. There are very few lenders that will go under a 640. How does the lender determine what the rental income is on the property? Now let's say you plan to purchase a property and it is currently being rented. We will need a lease agreement to show what the current rent is. The lender will still require an appraiser to complete what is called a 1007, which basically shows you what the market rent is for the property. The lender will use the lower of the two out of the 1007 and the current lease agreement. Now, if you're buying a property that is vacant, they'll go based off of the market rent on the 1007. Majority of lenders will require to see reserves on DSCR loans. Reserves are basically you showing that you have enough money to pay the mortgage for a certain amount of months. You just have to show this, you don't use it. Some lenders will require 3 months to 6 months. Some will require more depending on what the deal is. Now you can also use the DSCR loan with short-term rentals. And I'll make another video going over how they calculate the income with short-term rentals, depending on the lender you go with. If you would like to apply for the DSCR loan, feel free to click on the link in the description below. It will send you to a page to contact me or contact the company I work with. I hope this video was helpful for everyone. If you thought it was helpful, please make sure you hit that like button. Comment if you have any questions or anything you want me to make videos on, and make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell because I'll be bringing you a lot of information on the DSCR loans and all the other types of investment loans that I use. I can help majority of the US with the DSCR loan. If for some reason I can't help you out, I'll definitely give you some recommendations. Totally up to you if you'd like to use it or not.